Hello everyone, my name is Oishiki. At first I would like to say that please kindly subscribe my channel. So today I am going to read part 15 of Ramayana. And yes, I would also like to inform that the ones who want to watch Ramayana part 14, they can get the video link from the description box. Okay, so now let's begin with our story. The slaying of Ravana. Ravana grieved and lamented the loss of his brothers. Together he charged at the monkey army along with his sons. But soon they were reduced into dust. Indrajit began to play his tricks again. His disappearing axe wicked hack off on the monkeys. Lakshmana indulged in a close battle with him. When Indrajit realized that Lakshmana was no less than him in power, he used the Brahmastra against Lakshmana and he fell unconscious. Rama was overwhelmed and taking Lakshmana's head in his lap, he cried for help. Several little monkeys also lay unconscious, and the wise Jambavan was himself hurt. He, however, advised Hanumana to go up to the Himalayas and bring the Mrita Sanjeevana herbs from Mount Kailash. Hanumana immediately flew towards Himalayas and reached the foot of the mountains before sunrise the next day. Before him stood the most glittering herbs that he had ever seen. It was very difficult for him to identify the herbs named by Jambavana. So he lifted the entire hill and brought it to the seashore at the lightning speed. The nectar of the herb was taken out and administered to all who were unconscious, including Lakshmana, and they soon regained consciousness. Rama embraced Hanumana and thanked him a million times for yet another life-saving favor for him. Meanwhile, Indrajit went to the main temple to perform a ritual, after which none would be able to defeat him. Vivesara hurried Lakshmana and asked him to lead an attack to the temple. Lakshmana at once rushed to the temple and stopped the ceremony. A fierce battle took place between the two, neither of them giving in. It was at an opportune moment that Lakshmana chose an arrow and pleaded, "If Rama, the son of Dasharatha, is righteous and devoted to truth, if he is unrevealed in valor, then he may this arrow slay the son of Ravana." And saying this, he let go of his arrow and it pierced straight through the head of Indrajit, who breathed his last. Ravana was shattered, with anguish and misery. Tears rolled down his cheeks, and his eyes spat fire. He rushed out to the battlefield in his chariot. Rama and Ravana indulged in fierce battle. Their arrows, as well as their might, equal in power, and the armies on either side perceived the encounter to be never ending. It was soon becoming evident that Rama on the ground and Ravana on the chariot was becoming a lopsided affair. Indra sent Matali, his charioteer, with his own chariot for Rama. He also sent his armor, mighty bow and arrow. Ravana was enraged at the audacity of Indra and shot a volley of arrows, injuring Matala. This fumed Rama, who was worried for the life of his charioteer. He shot his sharpest arrow and cut off Ravana's head. However, a new one grew exactly at the same place. The battle now seemed to be endless. Vivesara, who knew the secret of Ravana's death, urged Rama to shoot at his rivals using the Brahmastra, and so Rama did. It was struck Ravana in the navel, and he tumbled out of his chariot and fell to the ground. The sky resounded with the beating of drums, and the gods themselves showered flowers on Rama and his chariot. With Rama's instructions, the Rakshasas and Ravana himself were cremated with all rites and rituals. He also kept his promise to crown Vibhisara as the king. Finally, he sent Hanumana to get his beloved wife. The guarding Rakshasis bathed and adorned Sita with fresh clothes and fine ornaments, and a palanquin was duly sent to receive her. As she alighted from the palanquin before Rama, he asked her to pass a fiery test before everyone to prove her purity. The crowd stood in absolute shock, but none had the courage to revolt. Sita asked Lakshmana to build a pyre for her. Painfully, Lakshmana obeyed her, and Sita stood before the fire. If my heart has never betrayed Rama, let the God of fire, eternal witness to all that happens in the world, protect me. Saying so, Sita walked into the fire with a cool and calm mind. A miracle occurred. Agni, the god of fire, took Sita in his arms and lifting her, brought her out. Rama announced, "My faith in my wife is supreme, but this had to be done for the worldly ways. None in the world would now raise a finger against Sita, for she is protected by her own devotion to her husband. Indra and the other gods came and stood in reverence before Rama and Sita. Indra asked if he could be of any service to him, and Rama asked him to bring back all the monkeys to life. And so it happened. It was now time to bid adieu and reunite with his family in Ayodhya. So Bimbisara asked Rama, Lakshmana and Sita to board the Pushpak along with Sugriva, Hanumana and Jambavan. A warp in the air, they were soon in sight of Ayodhya. The news of their arrival had already reached Ayodhya, and therefore the whole city was lighted with candles and dressed up like a bride. Sage Vashistha awaited their arrival and immediately embraced Rama. Bharat threw himself at Rama's feet and asked him to take over as the king. A great ceremony was organized for the crowning of Rama. The gods appeared from the heaven to shower flowers and present rare jewels and garlands to Rama and Sita. Gods and Gandharvas sang in praise of Rama, and he donated great alms to the Brahmins and the poor. Okay, so story ends here. In my next video, I am going to read part 16 of Ramayana. If you liked my today's video, then please like and comment my video. And also subscribe my channel to listen to more such stories. And also to follow all my videos regularly. And don't forget to click on the bell icon. Thank you.